The smile.
And still undefeated, Gervonta Tank Davis.
What'd you think, man?
No.
No?
I think it was a great fight. I think it was a great fight. It was amazing.
Tank is the best fighter in the world. Tank's the best fighter in the world. And his team's been saying it.
Once start fast, let his hands go, impose his will, but he got to put his chin down. He got to be defensive minded. And Tank, great game plan.
Yeah, actually, no, that was a beautiful knockout. I ain't gonna lie, that was a beautiful knockout. That was beautiful.
How do you set it up in your eyes? How'd you see him?
But
What do you think about Gervonta?
I think Gervonta did good. I think he waited a little bit. I think I feel like he gets them tired first until he explodes on them.
You gotta be there with him. If you're not mentally strong, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna break you down.
Anything else that Ryan could have done differently throughout the fight?
I just feel like he just fought the wrong fight. He was following them around one.
The fight went exactly as I would say 100% of us expected it to go. I don't think there was very many people that
First, you know what I'm saying, he held his defense up pretty high, so he was able to maintain for a long time. But I think that whenever Tank was ready to close the gaps, he closed.
He tried to fight, but he was unsuccessful. But it is what it is. He showed what happened to him. He got knocked out. You got
Performance. What do you think about Gervonta?
I think Gervonta did good. I think he waited a little bit. I think I feel like he gets them tired first until he explodes on them all crazy.
What next match would you like to see for him? Maybe a Shakur fight, possibly a David?
Tank's always shown that he's very well equipped with skills and he's strong. So I'm assuming that punch really was the factor.
Close, but that's what he was all about. You feel me? Rolly got a little comfortable.
it was an ugly fight. It could have been either way, but Tank got him out of
Monster, the modern day Mike Tyson.
What do you think is next for Tank Davis after this? What would you like to see?
I mean, listen, put him in big fights. He's ready for everybody.
That's too much. What did you think about Tank's power tonight? Did you think he was winning the fight up until the stoppage?
I mean, it was close, but like I say, man, he got a lot of experience, so he's really just setting it up.
You got to go back up there.
Setting it up, taking his time, just setting it up.
He made a mistake and got a little foggy. He showed the world that he could outbox the champion, and he outboxed him. But thank you, appreciate that. But Tank is a champion for a reason. I told him he has timing and he has experience. Time and experience is two dangerous weapons.
The fight we've all been waiting for finally happened, and as expected, Tank Davis walked away with another win. He took down Lamont Roach just like he's done to so many before him. Roach came into this fight talking big, claiming he had what it took to knock out Tank. But once they stepped into the ring, reality hit hard, though not as hard as Tank's punches. Roach entered with confidence, thinking he had the perfect game plan to expose Tank's weaknesses, but like the 30 fighters before him, he quickly realized there are levels to this sport.
I'm gonna do me regardless. I told him leave his moms and, the people home, and he still brung them. It's crazy, man. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad, man.
The moment Tank figured Roach out, it was all over. A few big shots later, Roach had no answers, and the fight ended just as most people expected. Tank, victorious, untouched, and still with his undefeated record intact. But surprisingly, the talk after the fight wasn't focused on Tank's performance. No one seemed particularly impressed, especially the big names sitting ringside. Terrence Bud Crawford, Devin Haney, Shocker Stevenson, and the man who's been controlling biggest fights lately, Turkey Alal Sheik.
We're gonna make sure, tell Terrence Crawford keep his name out your mouth. You know what I mean? He talking crazy. He talking crazy. You think about that one?
Nah, it was just some, talking on some Twitter, like back and forth.
From their reactions, it was clear they weren't in awe of what they had just witnessed. Crawford, never one to hold back, summed it up in just a few words. Just another win to look good. For months, Crawford has openly criticized Tank's choice of opponents, believing Tank has been playing it safe, picking fights that keep his record spotless without truly testing himself. In Crawford's eyes, Tank's been avoiding the toughest challenges and focusing on fights that maintain his image, rather than solidifying his legacy.
Question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terrence Crawford look?
147?
147.
I tapped that trend. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he is.
He's just arrogant, Crawford said when asked about Tank's latest win. He wants attention, but he should be giving fans good fights, not just trying to look good to impress the crowd. Crawford hasn't been shy about his opinion. He believes there's only one fighter who can truly beat Tank, Shocker Stevenson. He's called Shocker Tank's kryptonite, the one fighter who has the skill, defense, and ring IQ to neutralize Tank's power and completely outbox him. Tonight, it seemed like Turkey Alal Sheik might agree. In the middle of the post-fight discussion, Turkey made an announcement that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Tank has officially agreed to 2 major fights this year. Not just any fights, but the fights fans actually want to see. While Turkey didn't drop any names, it didn't take long for everyone to start piecing things together. For months, Turkey has been in talks with Tank, pushing him to step up and face the biggest challenges in the division. The most talked about fight, Tank versus Devin Haney. Turkey's been negotiating non-stop to bring the biggest fights to life, and this announcement made it clear Tank's next 2 fights won't be 2-ups, they're going to be the real deal. Devin Haney and Shocker Stevenson are the obvious names.
Devin, thoughts on the fight? Thoughts on the fight, Devin? How long are you going to take beats you? What do you think about that?
Devin Haney, the current undisputed champion, has been calling for this fight for a long time. He believes he's the best at 135 pounds and has said repeatedly that he has the skills to beat Tank. In Haney's mind, the hype surrounding Tank is just that hype. He's confident he can outbox Tank, break him down over 12 rounds, and prove once and for all that skill beats power. Shocker Stevenson, on the other hand, has been just as vocal. He's long argued that Tank is protected, that his team has carefully selected opponents to avoid real challenges. But now with Turkey confirming 2 major fights, Shocker knows his time is coming. The difference now, no more excuses, no more 2-ups, no more avoiding the biggest threats in the division. And just when the night couldn't get any more interesting, Oscar De La Hoya dropped another bombshell. Tank versus Ryan Garcia 2 is happening. No official date yet, but it's happening. Ryan Garcia has been calling for a rematch ever since. The first fight ended, he felt he wasn't at his best, blaming the weight cut for draining him, and claiming that he made mistakes he won't make again. Since then, his name has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons: social media, meltdowns, legal trouble, and constant criticism from the boxing community. But Ryan sees this rematch as his chance at redemption.
In all of boxing, in regards to where you're at in your weight class and how you consistently are just knocking guys out, what's that feeling like when you do?
I feel like it's...
Oscar De La Hoya wasted no time hyping up the rematch. Ryan is coming back into the ring with so much energy, and this time he'll be problematic for Tankor, even Devin Haney himself. De La Hoya has been vocal about Ryan's talent, saying that his power and speed make him a real threat to anyone in the division. And with all the chaos surrounding Ryan lately, this rematch could be the perfect opportunity for him to remind the world that he's still a serious contender. But the bigger story here isn't just about the individual fights, it's what this means for Tank's future. Just a few months ago, there were rumors that Tank wasn't interested in working with Turkey. He wanted to stay independent and keep control of his career.
He's saying I drank. No, I did not. He was eating the day before. We had a media workout. He was eating at his media workout, bro. I wasn't even eating at my media workout. You know what I'm saying? He tricked the people yeah, I'm training. No, you wasn't. I just made him have to work.
But now, Tank's fully in, and that changes everything. Turkey isn't just another promoter. He's not just another businessman in boxing. He's the one making all the biggest fights happen. He's the one putting up the money, setting up the deals, and ensuring that the best fight, the best With Tank now working directly with Turkey, it means the biggest fights in the division are officially unavoidable. Haney, Shocker, Ryan, these fights are no longer just possibilities. They're happening.
He didn't know how good I was and how I would have handled the situation, so he just threw me out there. He was hurt. Not even hurt, he just...
Crawford knew it. That's why he was ringside, watching everything unfold. He's been pushing for these fights for months, demanding Tank step up and prove himself against the best. And now, with Turkey pulling the strings, there's no more room for excuses. Tank made a statement tonight, showing once again that he's still the king of the division. He still has the power. He's still the one everyone is chasing. But now, the real test begins. No matter how many knockouts he racks up or how many wins he adds to his record, the only thing that truly matters now is if he can beat the best. With Haney, Shocker, and Ryan all lined up, we're about to find out if Tank is really as untouchable as he claims to be.
It was a professional versus an amateur.
The thing about Tank's fights is that you always know what's coming, just not when a knockout is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. At the weigh-in, Tank knew it too. Same old, I've got to give them what they want to see, he told the crowd. He never said much, never needed to. His fists always did the talking. For Roach, the real question was if he could survive long enough to make it interesting. Could he avoid that one shot that turns the lights off? Could he shock the world and do the impossible? It was a long shot from the start, but he believed, and those around him believed too.
A boxer. For everybody to be talking shit to Gervonta, it don't be coming out good for them, my nigga. I'm just keeping it real.
He obviously a superstar, but just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win, I've been coming to win, and I think the same result will happen on December the 14th.
At the weigh-in, Roach came in right at 135 pounds, while Tank looked a little drained at 133.8 pounds. It had some people talking. Maybe Roach had an edge. Maybe the weight cut hurt Tank more than usual. Roach was feeling himself. This expletive is real, he said after facing off with Tank. I'm one of the best fighters in the world, and I can't wait for you all to see it. Promoter Tom Brown was pushing the same angle. Champion versus champion, Baltimore versus DC. Who was the bigger man today? He was selling the fight, making it seem closer than it really was. Roach's team felt good too. His co-promoter, Gary Jonas, kept repeating that Roach wasn't scared. He'd known Tank since they were kids, and they'd fought twice in the amateurs. The advantage Lamont has is that they go way back, Jonas said. Psychologically, that's an advantage over the other guys who get intimidated by Tank. But the thing is, knowing Tank doesn't mean you can stop him. Even with all that talk, all that confidence, Roach was the underdog for a reason. He was stepping up in weight, facing a guy who'd knocked out 28 of his 30 opponents. This wasn't just about skills, it was about power, and Tank had it in abundance. Roach was good solid, technically sound, but he had to fight the perfect fight. He had to be flawless for 12 rounds.
Would you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true.
Then there was the bet. Tank and Roach made some kind of wager after the weigh-in. Some lip readers guessed it was $20,000. Others thought it was as high as $250,000. Maybe Roach really thought he had a chance. Maybe he just wanted to prove a point. Either way, it didn't age well. Roach kept that same confidence in every interview leading up to the fight. Sitting back on a Zoom call, he was calm and collected. I have no doubt in myself, my skills, my strength, my will, he said. We're going to put it all together. This fight might not even look like how a lot of people expect it to. Honestly, he promised, it's going to be a real spectacle.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he's going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he's going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plants.
And to the critics who doubted him, he didn't care. They'll just have to wait and see, he said. For real, I couldn't care less about the doubts they have. He spoke like a man on a mission, like a fighter who truly believed he was about to shock the world. But belief doesn't win fights. When that bell rang, reality hit. We saw it unfold exactly how we thought it would. Roach tried, he really did. He had his moments, but they weren't enough. Tank did what he always does, took his time, found his range, and when the moment was right, he closed the show. After the fight, Roach wasn't the same.
It's gonna be a party.
And I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Alberto Diaz, Gary Jonas.
On my kids, he was shaking on this time. On my kids, he was
never.
shaking.
How you gonna say it's cap? It gotta be. You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching it.
Gotta be.
The fire he had before was dimmed. He was already talking about stepping away maybe for good. That confidence he carried into the ring was gone. This was always going to be the biggest fight of his career, the one shot at greatness. And just like so many before him, he fell short. But what people can't stop talking about now is Tank's road ahead. And it starts with Shocker. So, what do you think? Will we see the fights we actually want to see? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.